All right. So I don't actually know where the trail starts. I just know that you're not allowed to drive to it. There's actually a guy up here with like a, it's not a tent, I don't know what you call it. There's a pretty good sized setup though. He's probably got like 100 square feet of space, and he's got a little wood burning stove in there. He did not seem interested in talking to me though, so that's all good. I don't really want to disturb him anyway. Is this where it starts? It says Hickey Fork. Alright, it says more difficult. Closed to all other uses. I thought about bringing a hat. I probably should have. Also, I like they put down this wire mesh, because this would be a shitty fall. It'll be very, very cold. Speaking of, it's 15 degrees outside right now. So this will be the coldest hike I've done in a good little while. But hard to pass up given how much rainfall has taken place. I've never been up here. I don't think it's been cold for long enough for it to have frozen over, which is fine. But if it has, like Rainbow Falls last week, then I'll be pretty stoked about it. Also, just a proof that I'm wearing boots for Tom. A little too cold to be going barefoot for 4 miles. Also, still haven't worked on an intro for the channel at all. Everything's still just off the top of my head, which means by and large it's probably going to be a little boring. But welcome to the channel. The goal here is to hike as many trails as possible with a first-person view, so that those of you that either can't get here or can't do the hike can live out the experience with me. Also, I'm already in love with this trail. This is so cute. I guess it's as good a time as any to mention that putting together a Discord, I think it's a really solid application for organizing things the way I want to. And I really want to build a community of hikers, because I probably don't have enough time in a lifetime to hike every trail everywhere. So if there's some chance I just gain some traction and other people want to make similar content, especially for places I can't get to, that would be awesome. This is too cool. I don't know exactly why this happens. There's like little strands of ice. Like stalagmites, I guess. But they get so long. And I don't know why it happens. I'm gonna have to look that up. Or wait on one of you to tell me. There's something to that. Well, I was warned on all trails that some trees had fallen and that it could be a little precarious to get around. I have a sneaking suspicion there won't be anything I can't handle. So let's cross my fingers I don't make a fool out of myself here. This is my first time actually hiking in these boots. I've worn them around a few times. And I thought was like breaking in, but I just don't think that I accomplished that walking around Walmart. So today is the day. They're pretty cozy. They're just a little stiff. Definitely warmer than I'm used to. I kind of feel like my feet are hot right now. But better than losing my toes. And actually in general already just warm. At 20 degrees doesn't mean anything. When you've got a long sleeve shirt on, that's really all it took. Patch of that ice down there. I really want to find out if I can volunteer for any of the national parks or state parks to help put in like stairs where it's steep, you know. I mean, by and large, my experience, they do a pretty good job with that, but especially in the Smokies, it just feels like they could probably use a little more help. I've definitely run into some places that are like evidently being washed away with time. And it's like, even though it's passable right now, it doesn't look like it'll hold up for many more years. I think it'd be really cool to build a little log stairway. Oh, something I can hike on for the rest of my life, or at least for as long as I can keep this up, which I feel like I've got quite a bit of time left. Although I did wake up this morning, my hip flexors were like locked, so I'm not sure how comfortable of a hike this is going to be, but I should stop complaining and be excited. I still haven't looked up what these plants are. Somebody told me the name of them, but apparently they are always green. I think it's curious that these ones are all like folded up. I don't know if that's a temperature thing or if it's because the sun's just now coming up, but I guess we'll find out on the way back down if they've all opened up or not. It's not supposed to get any warmer than freezing today, so let's say if it's sunlight that does it, they'll start to unfurl by the time we come back down. That's a good sign. There's ice buildup down there. It's not a lot, but Gets me excited. I know it's not going to be fully frozen over, but I would definitely enjoy the view if a little bit is. But we'll be happy regardless. And hopefully you all are too. I think this is actually the first time I have hiked in shoes ever. Yeah, I can't think of a single time I've ever had shoes on a trail. I'm not counting the Vibrants, of course. I mean, they're shoes, I guess, but I was thinking more like hiking boots or tennis shoes. Honestly, I think I could have made it in the Vibrams, but there was fear that we'd come across, a little stream like that with all the rainfall and have no choice but to get my feet wet. And the boots are waterproof, so much safer option. I don't really want to carry both and like change shoes just to step 4 feet over some water. Plus the boots are heavy. I do love dropping weight. It makes life so much easier. Speaking of, no camera today. Just the GoPro. So we won't be stopping for a photo session. But if it really is that pretty up here, I'll just come back another day and get them. Speaking of, we bought the drone and got that really nice video of the waterfall from the bottom. I mean, I thought that came out really well, given my inexperience flying the thing, but that same inexperience really showed 2 days later when I was down in a I'm calling it a sinkhole because the waterfall runs into it and then terminates into a cave. As far as I can tell, sinkhole is the proper word, but just a big hole in the ground where the waterfall was flowing. I'm sure I'll put up videos of that. But I drove the drone up and out of it, and there was a single tree at the top of the sinkhole with a single branch. And the drone got tangled up in it because I just wasn't paying enough attention, and it doesn't have collision avoidance like on top, so it's my responsibility to be looking up all the time. But anyway, it got caught in the tree, and it wasn't it was a tree maybe a little bit smaller than this one. And the wind blew real good and knocked it out, and it fell all the way down. Hey, remember when I said I didn't bring the Vibrams because there's been a lot of rainfall and I didn't want to have to be in a position where I had to get my feet wet? Oh, so I guess we're gonna find out today how good of a traction I get with these, and also how waterproof they are, which you would think would be something I would test prior to coming out here. My footing is not very sure, and I'm not very sure, and I may take a fall here. Ooh, get those out of the water quick. Well, okay. I mean, I guess I'll let you know if my feet get wet here in a minute. I don't feel it right now. We do have wool socks on though, so I don't think I have to stress all too bad. There Yeah, that would have been tough with the Vibrams. I would have had some cold ass toes the rest of the hike. So thank you, Tom, for telling me I'd be an idiot not to wear boots. You were right. Got some more water. Although if I had the Vibrams, I could probably just make the jump. I'm not brave enough to do that in these boots. Oh, I'm also curious to see how I get myself off this mountain, because there are quite a few roads and I did not pay a lot of attention, and I haven't had service for like the last 40 minutes of the drive up here. So, and I'm in North Carolina. I don't believe I have offline maps downloaded on my phone for North Carolina. So driving back home might be a little tricky. It might take us longer than we want it to, but I'm sure I'll see plenty of neat stuff on the way, so we won't complain. I do not feel like this trail has been hiked much so far this year. It isn't terribly surprising, except for the fact it's been like, the first week of January it was like 70 degrees outside. I think this is the coldest day we've had all winter. If it's not, it's awfully close to it. There's a good bit of water flowing. Actually, it's the perfect time to come down here, or up here. I don't know if it'll catch them. Some icicles. They're pretty well formed. They're good size. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I like to go around and build these things. I do wonder if that guy camping down there is going to hike this. Maybe we run into him at some point. I wouldn't really want to wake up this early to do it either. The sun just came up a little while ago. And even if it's only going to get to 30, 30 is a lot better than 15. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have to worry about the GoPro overheating. Speaking of the GoPro, my batteries have still not shown up. Don't know what the deal is. I don't think I've ever had this much trouble with an Amazon order before, but they apparently just don't want me to have them. The messed up part is I feel like I could just order them again and they'd probably be here by tomorrow. I really should have just picked them up at Walmart. That would have been smarter. So let's see. We put in an insurance claim for the drone. I don't know if I mentioned that. We'll see how that goes for me. I'd really like to not drop another $300 on a drone when that one only lived for like 4 days. But we'll be extra careful with the next one, regardless. Keep thinking I'm hearing something. Oh wow, that's a climb. I think the camera's just staring at the ground when I'm hunched over. It's a good little set of stairs though. We found our second fallen tree. Bad foot in there. All right, we're 2 for 2. are actually getting a little sweaty. Oh, I bought this coat like 7 years ago. I probably wear it twice a year. This damn thing's so warm. I could have made do with the hoodie, but that's okay. Oh, side note, we've got new content, at least for me, coming up. Having a handful of conversations with a handful of people. So the end of January, looks like I'm gonna go fly fishing for the first time. And hopefully everybody's on board with me recording it and I can bring that to y'all. It's just a little side quest. And then we've got a group. We're trying to get a few more people in on it, but we want to do like a few days just camping out in the woods. You know, Survivor Man style, I guess. Probably not that intense, I'm sure. There'll be some level of glamping going on, but I've really not ever been much of a camper. You know, definitely set up a tent in a few places, but nothing crazy. Right. Going way uphill again. I think a nice leg workout today. No need to hit the gym, I guess. I'm glad I ate something before I came up here, though, I'll say that. Oh, it just keeps going. All right, I'm officially hot. Oh, I'm gonna take my jacket off. Sorry for the heavy breathing, if you can hear it. The air is cold. That is a pretty darn steep hill. It's got my heart a-beating. At least we're not cold. Oh. I know I'm gonna get to the top, it's just gonna be freezing. That's okay. The bridge will cross when we get there. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's pretty. Trees are all in the way, but the water is moving. realize this may not be pointing down nearly enough. Oh. All right. Another tree. 3 for 3. That would make one hell of a water slide, that's all I can say. Oh, it looks like we actually get to... I stood down there for a long time for nothing. Yes. Woo. Oh. A lot of water. See where the rest of the trail takes us. I'm guessing the waterfall's gonna be off to the right. I kind of thought when I started it'd be up off to my left. Oh, this is slippery. Oh, they put in a rope. How nice of them. Almost didn't see it. Very polite of somebody to donate. Or for the park to put up. Kind of hope it's just the guy that's down there in the tent. He just lives here. Just realized that I left my phone down in the car, which is fine. I don't really have service, but I don't have a way to make an emergency call if something were to go wrong. So maybe no diving into unidentified caves today if I run into one. Yeah, the 5 rooms would have been a terrible idea. Oh, hey. I do think all trails lied about the elevation gain. I'll shoot you straight. So I think I said 500 feet. That does not feel correct. I mean, this is steeper than Rainbow Falls. And I know Rainbow Falls is a few thousand feet. It's not even that much longer of a trail. Did we find the falls? I think that might be it. They are pretty, but we're gonna have to find a way down there. Get up top and see what we can see. Makes me wonder where the trail goes from here then. I don't think there's a way down to that. Oh, a safe one anyway. There's a very steep drop down. Oh, hey, we could just jump, I guess. I wonder if at the bottom of the hill down there, you could get across to that side. I think we'll try and figure that out. But for now, it's this way. Oh. Also, I'm sure people have already begun to realize that I do not plan anything. I don't actually know how far the trail goes. I don't know if that's the end. I don't know if the end's up coming. I don't know how far I've walked. I don't carry like a smartwatch on me or a pedometer. I don't know. We just wing it. Hope for the best. It usually turns out all right. Still more water, so. If I were a braver man, I'd probably shimmy across that tree and make it to the other side. Well, that's kind of cool looking. For some reason, it reminds me of like Dippin' Dots on mushrooms. I would not want to drag a chainsaw up here. Oh, the walk down is going to be so nice. Kind of flattened out down there a bit. It's pretty out here though. Alright, so I have a really funny problem. Oh boy. Oh, I don't actually know how to fix this. My camelback is frozen. Oh. I mean, if worst comes to worst, I mean, always just open up the back and pull it out. All right. We broke up enough of it in the line. So, lesson to me, drink the whole time, keep that moving, or it will freeze up on me. Didn't really expect it to happen that fast. It's not really that cold, but here we are, lesson learned. Oh, it is absolutely getting cold out here though. I feel like it just dropped like 5 degrees all of a sudden. Oh, what's that? Ugh. Yellow jacket nest ahead. I wonder if that's something. I assume yellow jackets don't move around in this temperature. I don't have a way to protect my face if I'm wrong. There's no way, right? That would be wild. I don't think I'm allergic. Yeah, okay. Let's walk a little slower and keep our eyes peeled. I assume that this isn't an actual problem at 10 degrees, but what do I know about anything? Remember when I said that I don't plan for anything? This is what I mean. Well, when you said ahead, I wonder. Oh, I'm gonna be very unenthused if I get eat up by fucking yellow jackets today. I'm pretty sure I'll be fine, but I don't even know enough about yellow jackets to be confident that I know where they might nest. Dead trees and such, I think. I have a sneaking suspicion we've passed it, if it exists. And that tag looks like it's been out for a minute. Not that I would expect Sharpie on a piece of like caution tape to last very long out here, but I gotta cross my fingers my mother never watches these all the way through. I'll never hear the end of it. And for her, it really would be like a ignorance is bliss sort of situation. There's no feasible reality where the elevation gain is only 500 feet from this place. What the fucking hell? I'm about to gain 500 feet in the next 10th of a mile. It's absolute insanity. We're fine with it. I was lied to. Also, I don't know how long I've been out here, but dude, I've already gone further than the trail called for, so I do believe that that back there may have been the end where I was supposed to stop, and all of this just gets to be a surprise. Ah, that hill is kicking my ass. Well, if you couldn't hear me breathing earlier, you're probably going to now. Oh my god. it just keeps getting worse. What the hell is that? That's just straight up. That's fine. I'll sit here for a second, catch a breath, drink some water, enjoy the view. This was a good call though. This is a good hike. I can't believe how steep this is. Almost there, y'all. Just letting my heart slow down a little bit. And I can just pick it right back up. Check the battery on this bad boy. 54%. We've been going for 50 minutes. I do believe that was the end. I can't imagine I'm running 30-minute miles right now. It's not like I'm moving at the quickest pace ever now, but 30-minute miles seems like a bit too much. This is insane. Absolutely insane. I'm not sure how good the camera is sort of portraying how steep this is, but I could absolutely get on all fours to climb up this. I mean, it's like steeper than stairs. All right, another quick break. Oh, I mean, really though. Oh, 500 feet. Okay. That's funny. The bigger problem is, I don't even know where this goes. I have no idea how far it is. Oh, I don't know what's at the end. When I started this, I thought, sure, I'm glad I ate something. Now I'm thinking, I didn't eat nearly enough. I wonder if my shake's frozen. Oh. We've got some ice. Oh man. All right. It's not looking great. Oh, you boy. For all I know, this trail could go for another 10 miles, but one thing I'm sure of is that there's really no running water left, which leads me to suspect, I mean, there's a little creek, but look how slow. That down there was in fact my destination, and without any information on how much farther this goes, I'm probably gonna make my way back down. We'll have to make our way back up here at some point once I know where the trail goes, but it seems like that just goes on forever. So probably a really nice loop, but I don't know, loops out this way tend to be like anywhere from 8 to 12 miles. And I do not have a battery long enough to last that far. Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking it over. But I do kind of want to make my way back down there and see if I can find a way to cross so that I can get to the foot of the falls, because I feel like that will make some really nice content. Oh, and up there may just be more trail. I'm not sure how entertaining that is for all of you. I mean, that is going to be a big part of the channel in general, but without the ability to record both, you know, that way and back down there, I think we're just going to turn around. But I am curious how far this is up the trail. I'd guess about 3 miles, maybe. Definitely more than 500 foot elevation gain. It's quiet out here though.
All right, y'all. Hopefully I see you at the bottom of the waterfall.
All right, y'all. We made it back down. Woo. And it looks like this will be attempt number 1 at getting down to the bottom of the falls. Wish me luck. All right. Very fortunate to have some down trees to climb on. Wish me luck here. Oh yeah. All right. Gonna pay attention to what I'm doing. We're getting up there. Slippery or not, the worst thing we get now is some wet feet. We can survive wet feet for 2 whole miles down. That is just not acceptable to step on. It's like ice. That makes the whole thing pretty darn sketchy, but that's okay. These rocks are dry-ish. Should be alright to make it. To the top. It definitely is not frozen over. A little bit of ice filled up over there. This is it. And now I'm happy. Oh, the ice filled up over there. So pretty. Alright, y'all. It's snack time.